This is the American Rebellion. My name's Jerry. How y'all doing? I'm here with Matty K and Nick Young, and tonight we have Wednesday night in the circular uh, file cabinet here. Let's see. We got Jimmy Collins is here. Larry Burns from Canada was first. About time, Larry. David Novi is with us. Jimmy Collins. Anita. Nick Young is in the comments. And Max is here. So far, we have 8 on here. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Okay, Matt, how you doing?
I'm good. I just did my afternoon drone shedding in the studio, and I was ripping it up to a bunch of Bad Company songs, and Simon Kirke, who was the drummer for Bad Company, and I had to, like, when I was done, I had to take a towel and out. Did the cat catch me?
Yeah.
Or the raccoon? Which one? No, I waited for that fucker last night to come back, but I don't know if he's coming back. I peppered him down pretty good the first time. I think he might have learned his lesson, but I'm watching out. They won't give up that easy.
You
They
remind me.
just wait to see if you learned yours.
You remind me of Bill Murray in Caddyshack with the Gophers, the Raccoon Kong.
Yeah.
Raccoon Kong. Nick, how you doing?
Yeah, I got my pistol in one hand, my fucking hatchet in the other hand, waiting for him.
Well, if you start
gonna go good there.
if you start using dynamite, let the neighbors know, would you please? Okay, so Nick, how are you?
I'm doing good. Weather kind of kicked up a while ago, and it just kind of did a little swirling wind and a misty rain. I thought it was gonna storm Norman on us here, but it did. But I did get to see had a collision on my way into town coming home.
Oh, good, good.
That was nice.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
heartwarming to
airbag
hear.
light and everything.
Yeah,
Good thing
that's
was only in a 35 zone, but that took a pole down, telephone pole down, and everything. Right, fun. Was it two cars or just one car on? It was one object. It was a big, like a Ford F-150, pretty damn new. Extended cab, actually in the outside lane, heading east, and there was a little SUV heading west on the inside lane on the other side. There's a median that goes all the way through our city. I don't know what this person that was heading west thought, but just veered all the way across that median, the inside lane of the other side, because it's a 4-lane road, and it head on with that big truck. And they just went straight into the telephone pole, took it down, saw the wires fall, and luckily I could take an immediate left to get the hell out of Dodge.
thank God.
Well, that was a good Samaritan move there. He didn't check to see if he could help anybody. They all had to stop.
That's a
And
good
they
one.
were right in front of it. They were right in front of an old riot. I mean, come on. Now you're thinking like me. I gotta get the fuck out of here before the cops show up. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have kept on, those two power lines would have fell off my vehicle. I had to stop quick and turn, or I'd have pulled over. So, all right, you can, self-soothe your conscience all you want to. There, I'm not gonna lose any sleep tonight. What's wrong? Well, you said it wasn't high speed, so nobody probably got, critically injured or anything. 35 miles. You left. Get the
Hold on.
Although that could still kill you. I mean, look, you never know.
When I went around, took a left on the next street, back heading east, and on the next block, I looked over to see if I could see them, and airbags were deployed. The driver truck door was open, big old pink airbag, and the other little SUV had a white airbag. Of course, the driver was the opposite side of it at that point, but probably has dual airbags. But because it was
Probably a hate crime if one of them was white and the other one wasn't, right?
Yeah. Now the truck, the way that car, that SUV came in, it came in at an angle. So that truck actually hit it more to the left front than it did to the driver. But they still took out a telephone pole one way or the other.
Well, thanks for that roving traffic report there from our remote reporter, Nick.
I have another one that involves jazz for later. That was good. That one came out pretty funny.
Wait, I ran over a dude one time across the street.
Critically injured. And this one was just a couple of days ago. This happened to her. They stuck her husband in West Texas, stuck on a stack of pigs. Everybody hauled that to another. He has to sit there and watch Rick because he's drilling. And they all left him with no fucking food. And he can't leave the property. So Jasmine had to drive all the way back over there to go grocery shopping for him. So she gets the 10-hour drive over there. And then the next day, she goes grocery shopping in the morning. And I'm going wait to the grocery store on the way back. You know, West Texas, got to watch the side of the road. Fucking deer jumped right in front of smack. She said there was guts everywhere. She gutted the deer. Hit it broadside. Good thing she had switched vehicles in her husband. He has like a cheap SUV instead of her Chevy. It didn't do any damage to the Jeep, but the deer was dead. And contacted the game ward. It was just a couple of blocks ahead. Oh man, brought her there. Game ward come back, asked, "Well, it's dead. You want it?" She said, "No, I can't put that in my vehicle." So he looked at the old guy and said, he was in a truck. "You want it?" "Well, if she don't, I'll take it." He said, "Okay, problem solved. You gotta go." So there's your guru story. Okay.
Yeah, we have one of those fun people with us tonight. His name is Ryan Dentz.
Cool.
Wants to know, hey dummies, when Trump takes your guns and makes you get a vaccine from Russia, what will you do? Alan McMillan says, move in with you. Then he says, hey dummies, when blacks and Mexicans take over your suburbs, what will you do? Alan McMillan says, move in with you. So I can see already this is going to be a fun evening.
Well, this guy's got a skewed. Oh, so I don't know where this dude is living, but he's got a little skewed slant of reality.
I'm going to ask it again, even though I've asked 1,000 times. What the fuck kind of people have this kind of time in their life to do this bullshit? I mean, it is so damn childish. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Are you able to ban people, Nick? Hit them 3 dots next to his name. See if you can ban them.
No, don't ban him. This is fucking. It's entertaining.
Okay.
I want to ask him. I'll invite him over and try to do that to me, and to ask him what is he gonna do when he shows up at my house.
Yeah.
Well,
Trying to take my guns away.
Max
See how well
says,
that works out there, Ryan. Guns.
yeah, Max says there's nothing on his page, which is not surprising. These people have apparently all day to make up new accounts and then go on people's videos. I guess I don't fucking know.
It might be a bot. Probably. You know? I hear all about bot shit, so I don't even know what a bot means. But
I don't know if that's on Facebook or just Twitter. I have no idea. I don't even care. Alan McMillan wants to play with the trolls. Well, he hasn't commented, so he may have gotten bored and left. If we're lucky.
Yeah, he thought he crushed everybody's feelings already, so he moved on.
Yeah.
So many other videos.
Little does he know.
Screw with people, I guess. I don't understand the mentality behind this. It's just so silly. You know. I mean, I'm hoping this ain't a grown man. I am. Sadly, a lot of grown men are doing this.
They make them in all shapes and sizes.
I guess. Jimmy Collins says bots are all over social media. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense, Jimmy. I guess it does. I just hear about them all the time over on Twitter, because on Twitter, if you are a conservative that has a different opinion, whether you're being polite or not, they call you a Russian bot. Or for a while, it was Ukrainian bot.
Oh, yeah.
So he didn't inquire about Nick Gurr. Well, you know, that they don't like. So he's not commenting, so I guess he's gone.
Well, I saw a weird, I don't know, I was watching this weird talk show. It came on after I was watching something. It was just on, and the story was this Army veteran. He did a couple tours in Afghanistan, and he was like 24. Killed himself because he got scammed. He got fished on something, and he responded to some girl that said she was only 17, and he was like, I don't know, emailing her or something. Like they had some fucker call up. It was two prisoners in some goddamn jail that were doing this. They called him back, pretended to be the police, and why are you talking to this 17-year-old girl and blah blah blah. And the parents want you to give them $1,800 because they want her to get a new phone because they gotta get a new number and blah blah. And they killed himself, right? And his mother and brother were on this show, you know, crying and wailing and shit. Like they made him kill himself and everything. And he had a wife and a kid. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is he talking to a 17-year-old girl for?
Yeah.
When he's a 24-year-old man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm not saying it was the right thing, but I mean, don't say he's not partially responsible. And then he was like afraid to go to jail, get arrested, or I mean, yeah, it's you know, it's not right, but you should, dude. I was like, as soon as I heard it, I'm like, dude, you should have been doing that shit in the first place.
Well, you should have. got in contact with Bill Clinton, figure out how to get rid of the opposite people
Well,
instead of
sounds
himself.
like there's bad people. People have done wrong on both sides to me. Oh man. So,
Well, we should dive into the AG Barr's testimony, which I want to bring up one thing I had to shut it off after was Sheila Jackass Lee interrogating him. And she was asking him about, all this whole, what do you do? What's your take on police brutality? And she's run down, the whole litany of martyrs, Mike Brown, blah, blah. And then she had the fucking nerve to say, and Rayshard Brooks, who was shot simply for sleeping in his car in a Wendy's parking lot. She said that with a straight fucking face.
yeah.
He was shot simply for sleeping in his car in a Wendy's parking lot. How do you fucking... Barr is probably like, do you even know the whole fucking story?
Yeah.
I can't come beat you on this one, you dumb bitch. This video.
Oh yeah, he was just parked in the Wendy's parking lot sleeping, and they walked up and just going, "Hey boy, let's shoot this motherfucker."
Yep.
Gee, I watched a couple of clips. I didn't get to watch it because I do work during the day, but I watched some of the
Wow.
replay clips.
That's kind of a
And
shot.
I didn't see that one.
Well, she is.
I didn't see that one. But that fucking arrogant ass Nadler, I'd like to kick him in the nads. Because he's sitting there and
He doesn't have any.
no, he doesn't. They're up in his throat because that's where he wears his fucking belt. But still, he will not let Thor answer the damn question. Like none of them would. I'll reclaim my time. I have to reclaim my time. I'll reclaim my time until their time's done. And Thor never got to answer the fucking question. So that Thor finally got a dig in with Nadler, and something about I think it was Nadler, it was Nadler, the one about the church that, got set on fire by the Capitol.
Yeah.
And the White House, or the Capitol, one of where Trump made his, Bible present. Well, Nadler said, well, what do you have to say about the, whatever the clergy is that, they just thought it was atrocious that these protests, peaceful protests, were, run away from there. And of course, well, did they make that comment before they put out the fire? Perhaps.
Yeah. He and Matt was saying right before you came on, he's smarter than all of them. I mean, and it doesn't. Sadly, we don't know how. This can't gauge how smart Barr is because the bar is so low when you go up against these people that you could have 4 or 5, IQ points and still beat them. So
yeah, then they had one of your favorites on there that got his little interrogation. Your favorite Hank Johnson.
yeah, Mr. Guam's gonna tip over.
Attorney General Barr. I just want to ask, if you know anything about, had Guam tip over yet?
I swear.
Yeah.
There are days I wish they would call me before them. I do, because I would have the absolute fucking time of my life. I would. Don't they need Jerry from Chief Flynn to come up there and testify for something?
Larry. Did you see that
What?
the Reds is going to be called a new name, the Washington football team.
Yeah. Yeah. They've already got gear and everything else for sale. I'm wondering if he did that to
You ever have games again where people can go and all the fans wear their old stuff with all the Redskins logos on it? They can be banned from bringing it into the stadium.
Bring that up. Say, you know what? What if the Redskins fans show up with their Redskins, swag? What if they ban them?
well,
Show
what if the crowd starts singing "Hail to the Redskins"?
Terry, you got any call-in number today or no?
Sure. But I gotta tell you, our internet's call, see if that gets any better, folks. I'm sure you can hear them, but I sure as hell can't. See if it gets any better. Hello?
Hello?
All right. That's better. You guys were like breaking up really bad. Anyway, the number is 352-325-1381 if you want to call it. It is also at the bottom of the screen, ticking across expeditiously. And if you'd like to call in, let us, Story here in public places starting Saturday. We only have 200 plus confirmed cases with tens of thousands already tested. Problem with the government, they don't fix anything, they just politicize it. And people are depending on the government for government-run health care, folks. If this COVID thing doesn't teach you that government-run health care will suck, perhaps you should seek mental, I think. I don't know. Apparently Destiny's here. How you doing, Destiny? On and off.
Just annoying.
Bart should have had a cardboard image of him,
Just
put his
annoying.
chair and walked out since they wouldn't let him talk anyway. Yeah. I think that, oh, Kevin Bearden's here. He called us all dummies. That's nice. You remind me of
Well,
somebody.
see, most of them didn't ask him any questions. They just want to chastise him and call him Trump's fucking Heydrich Himmler. I mean, he didn't have anything to say. I don't even know why he bothered with it. He wasn't subpoenaed or anything.
The problem is it was perpetual questions that never ended until they ran out of time. And when he tried to answer, how do you reclaim my time? He's interrupting me. Like, you fucking asshat. Don't ask a question if you don't want the answer. Because that's why you call it a hearing. You hear what the man has to say. Yeah. might be just
Where the fuck was Mom's Mabley there? She didn't show up.
who's that? Oh,
My my thought on it.
Mad Max.
Now she's on not on the Judiciary Committee. She's on the Finance Committee. My whole thought on it is that these Democrats are just campaigning. They're all just campaigning. The Republicans are trying to look nice
That's all it is.
and ask questions and letting
It's a
him
big
answer.
shit.
And the Democrats are trying to prove how much they hate Trump to the voters. That's all they're doing. Nothing else. Nothing else. Okay? It's all a big waste of taxpayer money, which we should be used to by now and highly pissed off about. Investigation after investigation after investigation for nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. And the more, okay, they keep calling it the deep state, or you can keep calling it the intelligence community, okay, but it's the Democrats. Did you catch it when the Penguin at the end thanked A.G. Barr for participating?
Just for showing up.
Yeah, I
He
doubt
didn't
it.
get to participate. That's for damn sure.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well, when he wanted to go take a piss break and Nadler wouldn't let him, he should have walked up in front of Nadler and started pissing on him.
Should have walked up and bitch slapped
Yeah,
his
you know-
ass and said, "I'm going to take a piss where you want it."
You know that's why. You know that's why he wanted to go, because 5 minutes ain't enough time to get. So give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna pee on the floor right here on national television.
I'd have got out the chair in the middle of the damn floor and dropped prop.
Yep.
Pissed right there.
Yep.
I'm gonna piss on your shit show.
I went up and said, "Listen, chunk. Either we get 5 minutes so I can go to the bathroom, or I'm gonna do it right here in front of the national TV. Your choice." What do you say, Kevin?
Yeah, you better hope a turd doesn't follow behind.
Yeah.
You know,
Waited around for your dumbass for an hour because you're a driver. You hear what he the other day? Some social media who is conservative asked him on the street what he thought. What he thought about like Portland and Seattle and the violence. And Nagler said it was a what did you say, Nick? It was
like a myth.
that only goes on in
It's all a
Washington,
myth.
D.C. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Well, that's because the mainstream media don't show what's really going on. They won't show the video.
No, he knows better. That's what he's been told.
Well, yeah, he knows, but he has to keep the sheep, following the wolf. Because all they watch is CNN, MSNBC, and all these other shit shows that don't show the truth. I mean, hell, they don't even show Trump's rallies or anything. They cut everything off. There's the questions. If a Republican or a conservative is asked the question, they switch. They cut it off. They edit it and make their fake news out of it.
Well, they do show the guy on there saying it's mostly peaceful. Let me be clear. This is mostly peaceful.
Yeah.
While there's a fire going on behind him and a building's falling down.
Yeah, never mind the Molotov cocktails going into the police vehicles here.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
it's mostly peaceful around here. What they go white nationalists and all this nonsense. They blame it on all the wrong people, claiming that it's them. And like they say, with no evidence and proof, they just say it,
Yeah.
and that's got to be true.
Well, Oakland, there's been a few cities that refuse to work with the federal officers. The rhetoric on Twitter and social media in general with the liberals is they're in unmarked cars, and they arrested apparently a white transgender person on the street, threw him into and he was playing a her into an unmarked vehicle. The police were bicycle police were guarding the actual van. With their bicycles, how they do, which I gotta tell you, looks ridiculous. And that everybody's all up in arms about that because it was a transgender person, handbender. Yeah, that's what it was. So, let's see. Those Democratic congressmen act like I'm assuming that's bitches. Okay, have you done something different? Camera picture is not clear. No, it's Facebook, Diane. I'm sorry. If you saw the picture that I am currently looking at, it's clear as a bell. Okay, but what Facebook is not taking in what it wants. Okay. The guy with the microphone strapped to a wooden
reminds me of a joke. What's brown and sounds like a bell? Dung.
Okay.
God, that was fucking horrible. Anyway, yeah, Amanda Marie Wilson is with us tonight, so that's good. How you doing? Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, Amanda Marie Wilson, call in to 512-387-6198.
Or you could just look at the bottom of your screens, and the number is right there. It is 352-325-1381. Oh, tomorrow night we'll be on the radio for those of you over there in England, I guess. But for those of you in America who are listening, we'll also have call-ins, which is nice. I don't know, Matt. After all this,
well, now I gotta bring up another fuck up. Now you got Louis Gohmert Pyle as tested positive for the COVID-19, according to Joe Biden, and he was at the goddamn hearings for Barr, and now he can't go with Trump to the rally in Texas. He's from Texas, and I don't know. I don't think he's sick, but he tested positive this morning or something.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily
No, he said he's
mean anything.
asymptomatic. No symptoms whatsoever.
Yeah. To me, it's like
he's tested positive.
Unless you are physically ill, I don't trust the positive tests because there's so many tests. I mean, every day you hear about tests that are bullshit. People get, testing positive, but actually being negative. And I mean, it's every single day. I mean, they had a viral video of doctors talking about, hydro fucking chlorify or whatever the fuck that shit is, and the zinc and the Z-Pack and all that, and how it works wonderfully. And Twitter and Facebook and Google and all the rest of them are wiping it from the internet. Breitbart put it up.
They're independent fact checkers said it was fake news and false, spreading false information.
By the way, independent fact checkers that are being paid by the big Google people and the Facebook people, they're being paid by these people to fact check. Okay, it's kind of like whoever pays for a poll wins. I find it. Follow the money, and you'll find out what the real story is. Apparently today they had the big four: the Google, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Antitrust hearings.
Yeah, you know, and before the
Well, how
whatever.
many lies they told in that shit?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same bullshit. They go in there, they talk about how they don't hate conservatives and this and that and the other. And in reality, we're the only ones being. I mean, on Twitter, there are pedophile groups on Twitter. There are grooming gangs on Twitter. There are people that are threatening to kill people on Twitter, and they don't get kicked off. Okay.
Right.
But if you misgender somebody, you take the. I've been trying for 3 days to get kicked off of Twitter. I misgender everybody. Even if they're straight, I misgender them.
No, I don't even know what Twitter means. Is that where you can only do like what is it? 200 sub fucking characters
Yeah.
or something.
You can only do.
I don't even know what it means.
Actually, that's a
It's like
misnomer.
Facebook,
You can do
just not as extensive.
you can do 2 or 3 or 4 tweets if you want in a row. Put them out all together. Each 270 characters. Trump does it all the time.
Well, I did. I put a thing up on Facebook yesterday. It said, "Can anybody name a song that what did I say that doesn't have an A in it?" I'm like, and people took it seriously. I'm like, every goddamn song has a fucking A in it.
I saw that.
And nobody got it. They thought it was, you see them dumbass fucking thing people put up like, oh, what a song that has the word, angel in it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, yeah, you're gonna find a billion songs that have it in it. I mean, like it's fucking dumb. You know what I mean? That was my point. But everybody's like putting comments on there. I'm like, no, this is not what I meant.
They didn't get the joke behind the whole thing. I did.
It's like the freaking. I hate them posts where there's like a crippled kid and it says, "My mom says I can't get 1,000 likes," and there are like people they got 50,000 likes and they're talking about how great she is.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you fucking people? If this was actually true, the only thing this kid needs is a new fucking mom. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's also like the one where they got a picture of Jesus and it says if you don't like it and scroll past it, something's bad's gonna. Did Jesus really wants you to like on him on Facebook? Is that what you're telling me?
Who is
Yeah. If you don't repost this, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're doomed.
Or the one where if you don't repost this, if you repost this, you're gonna come into a stack of money and blah blah blah. It's like, really? Okay. Yeah. Or the ones that say something that just give you one comment and then everybody would know it.
Yeah.
No secrets in your life.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of the dumbest shit people put up. Like, come on, you got to do better than this. I mean, it's if you don't like some cancer kid's picture, you're evil and Jesus is gonna smite you down or something. I don't think Jesus is really watching Facebook that much.
I think he has better things to worry about.
I don't know.
How about we put up everybody prayed and send Jesus to Chicago to help people who are getting killed senselessly. How about we send Jesus over there?
Yeah.
Put him on something that he can do something with.
Or at least Trump send the National Guard or something. My personal opinion, all these riots and bullshit going on, it is going to take the National Guard and quite a few people getting killed. That's what it's going to take. Because what's going to end up happening is going to be the exact same thing, except when it does, it'll be worse.
Well, I believe they're trying to before the election to further make him look like a fucking tyrant.
Yeah.
Where they have to start killing people, and it's going to be falling right on his ass.
Oh, what it's stupid ass mayor in Seattle. She had already said this was Trump's test run at the shit.
Oh, at martial law and all that bullshit.
The martial law.
Yeah.
And the police chief or whoever it was said, "This one is crazy.
Yeah.
This is bullshit."
Yeah.
You know?
Nikki Young is smart as hell, presidential smart.
You'd be surprised.
Who in their right mind would say that?
No one. It was Kevin Bearden. Good to see Kevin back in the swing of things.
Jerry, he was actually reply to his question about who's the congressman from Louisiana, the dark hair, eyeglass. Was that day or here? And I said, Mike Johnson, maybe? Because I didn't get to watch it. And he said, I think so. He's damn smart. And then he replied, he says, smart as hell, President Smart.
Oh.
So
okay.
Kevin Beard thinks I'm stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, that does put a whole new shade on it, doesn't it? He
You
should.
think?
Max says he should invoke the Patriot Act and watch him cry. Then, well, funny thing, I've always been against the Patriot Act. It gave too much power to the government to spy on people, and what we're seeing now, basically. But something needs to be done because this keeps going on. And what are we supposed to do? Give up our cities to these people because mayors are trying to get reelected? These people don't even like the people that are on their side in politics. If they're not Bernie Sanders or AOC, they don't want to hear from them. One American News is running a piece about the doctors who spoke about the hydroxychloroquine and the Z-Pack that Facebook deleted. Yep. Doesn't surprise me. Twitter also. Twitter also. I think a lot of them are doing it. Breitbart got it taken down. Off of Twitter. And that was kind of, I guess, a big thing this morning. Of course, all the snowflakes on Twitter were laughing about it, like, that's supposed to be something funny. But in the end, it's not funny. This was a legitimate news story that actually happened.
It's still all a part of their propaganda campaign that I mean, if you see the real stats, I mean, you had 15,000 people die from coronavirus in California, a state of 40 million. That is not even like 0.001 fucking percent. They have greatly underestimated. Remember, it was going to be 1%. It was going to kill 1% of the population. It's fractional. It's by far a bullshit fucking pandemic. It's fucking ridiculous. But they keep pushing it. They got to keep pushing it till the fucking election. The same way they got to keep the riots going till the election. to make Trump look fucked up.
Well,
That's part of the goddamn plan.
in the end,
Yeah.
not only is it a fraction, they have a cure for it already. It's the government entities that are telling you different. It's the government scientists or doctors or whatever the hell they are that are telling you different. That we need a vaccine, that we need this, that we need that. And in the end, if they would just give out the one drug that everybody who has used it says works, this wouldn't even be a fucking thing. And the day after the election, that's probably what's going to happen. And the sad part is that these people out in the street that think it's going to poison you and not work, or the Democratic mayors and governors who are against it, are still going to be in office after they've. Or anything Cuomo's getting voted out? It's not happening. It's not happening. And how many? He killed more than everybody.
But the mainstream population doesn't need a fucking vaccine whatsoever.
Citizens are starting to stand up to these protester rioters, and I think that's what it's going to take to restore law and order in these cities. From Alan McMillan. Well, it's going to, it'd be good if it was like people of authority. Like that guy the other day who got shot and killed blocking traffic. He did an interview not, a few minutes before that where they asked him, well, what are you going to do with it? And he says, well, if I shoot the cops, I'm dead. But, and the people, just who are against what we're doing are pussies. Literally, that's what he said. And they're not going to do anything. And he found out the hard way he was wrong, because that guy in that car pulled out a pistol and shot his ass dead. Another Fox anchor fired, accused of rape, from Kevin Bearden. Another one? Because they just had a couple, one or two. Who was that? Max says, what gets me is all these big companies that are backing this. If the commies win, who's going to be running their company for them? Then not the owners for sure. They are due to disappear, as communists always do. Once they get what they want, your ass is theirs. Exactly.
Well, that's another problem. You get fired because you were accused. The key word there is accused of something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course they're going to do that.
Well, the
conservative fucking everybody.
Yeah, the one that the two, was it Hannity and Tucker Carlson, that woman's stories like Swiss cheese at this point. She's not going to probably win because she lied. That's simple. I mean, and if they, the problem is Fox News are morons. Okay. Yes, was co-host with Sandra Smith. Well, who is this? I don't know the name. I know somebody got fired last week. He was wasn't he the White House correspondent or something? I don't know what he was. Anyone who opposes us are pussies and won't do anything about it. Yeah, that's what he said. And a few minutes later, he was dead. And his girlfriend was not a quadriplegic. I think she was a quadruple amputee in a wheelchair. So.
Yeah, that's a strange one there. I don't think I'm not going to go vulgar on it, but just use your imaginations.
I just well, look it up, Kevin. We have inquiring minds. If you're going to bring news to the show that's new, you got to know who you're talking about. Destiny just said something that I completely ignored, but it was actually pretty interesting. Here we go. 126 people have died in the whole country.
What, that she wants me?
Yeah, no, she'd never say that. Well, 126 people have died in the whole country here, yet they are shutting the entire country down. It is insane. I, for one, am sick to death of it all. Yeah, 126 people, huh? It is ridiculous. And then they tout how many people that their lives are saved, but nobody ever talks about. If you try to talk to Cuomo about how many people he's killed, he gets pissy. He gets right pissy.
Oh yeah, especially over 6,000 old people that he.
No, he gets cunty is what he gets.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
either way. Yeah, and he blames Trump or he blames somebody else, and all that bullshit. And in the end, it's on him. He's the one who made the decision, and people forget that. They just want to blame Trump, but they forget that these governors are the ones making the decisions for their states, and Trump has allowed them to do that. And if you talk about draining the swamp, okay, he is showing us who to get rid of. They are outing themselves. And they've been doing it for years, but nobody gets rid of them. Ed Henry. Yeah, that was a week ago or so, Kevin.
Name sounds familiar. I can't put a face to it.
Yeah,
but I believe I've seen him. But,
yeah, you have.
I don't know.
If you've watched Fox News, you've seen him. He's all over. Thank you, Tina. You ever hear about the recovery rate? Yeah, you never hear about the recovery rate. You're right, Jimmy. Never. And the recovery rate with the hydrochloroquine is fucking amazing. And it's not just here; it's all over the world. In Italy, they had a doctor that gave it to 1,000 people, and every one of them survived. Ed Henry just received a huge promotion. Okay. To what? Being a civilian?
Or severance pay, one way or the other.
Yeah. And truthfully, this is the problem. This is it's going to come for everybody eventually, including the MSNBC and all this. Look what they're doing to Ellen right now. Ellen's brand is bleeding money because everyone says she's a complete bitch behind the camera. Okay.
Well, I'm sure those guys like Ed Henry, all of them that are on TV, they have lawyers on retainer just for these sorts of things. If they say something might get them fired, they're going to negotiate. You're going to fire me? Well, we signed this that you got to give us X or Y and Z if you're going to try to fire me.
Yep.
They're not stupid. Come on.
Yeah, because they're all under contract one way or the other. If the company breaks the contract, I'm sure, they have to pay out big money.
Kevin says no before he
even if it's over a lot.
No.
Yeah, it's not like any of these fuckers that get fired off of these shows are going to be, in a van down by the river. Come on.
Yeah, it's like a big story about Ellen DeGenerate now. It was.
Oh yeah, she's supposed to be she's supposed to be like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde with her on-air, off-air personality, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
Apparently so. They said there was so much tension, racial tension going on and discrimination.
Yeah,
by her.
I don't even listen to the fucking.
And she just allowed it to happen.
I don't even listen to about the racial tension because most of that shit's made up. But her being a complete bitch to everybody, I could believe. Because a lot of people are like that in Hollywood, and they don't realize that those people behind the scenes are the ones that get them. Every single person that works behind the scenes is there to make them look good. Period. So let's see.
I know that that Rachel Ray broad that has the cooking show is supposed to be the biggest bitch you can fucking find off screen.
Who?
Aside from Hillary?
Who?
Rachel Ray.
Oh,
the cooking show bitch.
Cook, yeah. Well, None of this surprises me anymore. None of this. They don't have guys like what's his name who just died anymore, who was nice to everybody. They don't have that because people don't get. I mean, it's one thing if somebody fucks up badly and you yell at them. It's another thing to just treat them like garbage all the fucking time and make them work through that. And some of these people are just very entitled. I've made it, fuck you, kind of deal. Look what Roseanne Barr did. She sold all the rights to Roseanne and the new show, all of them, so that people wouldn't be not working. And the only one other on that show who was worth a shit was John Goodman. All the rest of them were nobody. And all of a sudden, later in life, after they were stars when they were children, most of them, they're now making big money. Yeah, Regis. People like him. A guy like Don Rickles who could skewer everybody and everything was one of the nicest people you'd ever meet. By all accounts. No one ever said anything bad about Don Rickles.
Like, he could tell you off and cuss you in a good way, put it that way. Make you feel like shit, but you'd like it.
Sinatra was the same way. He would walk in and give a busboy $200 just because, and back in the 60s and 50s, just because he knew the guy was working hard and for him and needed the money. He didn't play around. If he liked you, he liked you. If he didn't, you guess you didn't get to work with him. But in the end, the cancel culture.
Well, it's like
that guy from Fox News, whatever his fucking name was, he's probably not guilty. Kevin said he got a huge promotion right before he got fired. So what does that tell you? Somebody is pissed off at him, so they're going to say rape or they're going to say sexual this or sexual that or racism. He's now fired. And all these Foxes doing is when they find out it's bullshit.
Jesus Christ.
It's like what they took fucking what's his name on. He was the #1 rated Bill O'Reilly. #1 rated show on TV, cable TV, of all cable TV, everything. Yeah. Why? Because he said something that hurt some woman's feelings? Fuck them. Fuck them. I bet Oprah is a real peach behind the scenes also from Nick Young. Yeah. Ryan Dentz is back. That's nice. I'm good to see you, Ryan. I'm sorry. I thought maybe you found a hobby or something, but apparently this is it. Tucker Carlson is a dumbie.
Call in, Ryan. Please scroll the number down on the bottom and dial that number and tell us everything that you know that we don't.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can answer his question. He missed an education in life.
Yeah, apparently.
That's what he missed.
Probably. From the way he types. Doesn't matter how much I watch Foster
Was
Brooks.
that like D-E-N-T-S or D-E-N-F-Z?
No, it's D.
Ryan Dentz, T-Z.
T-Z, yeah. It's really a...
It should be D-U-N.
D-E-N-S-E. D-E-N-S-E. Ryan Dentz. Huh?
D-E-N-T-Z. But it should be D-U-N-T-Z. Ryan Dentz. Because he's not very smart. He's calling everybody else dumb.
He's probably 15.
I don't mind that if somebody calls me stupid. That doesn't bother me. The only way it would bother me is because I believe that, well, that's stupid. That's the only reason it would bother me. But you see, it's not the case.
Right. I think he's hurting our feelings or something. We don't care. We hurt each other's feelings nonstop.
Yeah, I mean,
think we give a shit?
Seriously, we're better at it than you, or everything better than you. Not that we're better people or anything, but if all you have to do is do this, you have kind of a sad little life, I gotta say. Tucker is rating higher than Hannity.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I can give him a pass. I don't know what his age demographic is, but you know, probably been on the planet a lot longer than he has. I've seen a lot more, done a lot more. You know, had a lot more problems, and you know, you get a perspective. Let's just say that he probably doesn't have.
When
Yeah.
I was
Sure, he's
15,
probably, smart guy, like IQ of a moon pie or something. Probably about where he's at.
when I was 15, 16, I was trying to see vagina, not fucking with other people like a 3-year-old.
No shit.
So it was kind of hard.
Yeah.
Well, of course, there were no.
Man.
Well, there were actually no.
He hasn't had pussy since pussy had him.
Mm-hmm. There wasn't like any, computers or anything back then. So we only could fuck with each other face to face. So you either be brave, in some cases, or you kept your mouth shut. One of those two. So that was that. I mean, if you had friends and you went too far, they would teach you a lesson quick. If you fucked with the wrong person that you didn't know, they would teach you a lesson quick. But on the internet, the worst thing that happens to you is you get blocked and you go to your next account. See, that's the thing. And these kids, these people in general think that they're all badasses now. Meanwhile, when they do manage to go to high school or something, they're getting beat up in high school because they're pussies. Let's see. Max wants you to.
Warriors.
Max wants you to play. Give us a tune on your plastic drums, Matt. And Anita says you're tempting fate, Max. And Ella McMillan says don't let him get started singing, though. There you go. The number is 352-325-1381. So.
Come on now, can we put the plastic drums thing to rest? Come on, Max. Come on, brother.
Well, we're trying to figure out why you didn't just buy some real drums. You spent all that money, just buy some real drums.
They are real drums.
Okay. All right.
They're just electronic.
Kevin says he'll sing some Conway.
They're very sophisticated these days.
So they say. I see no pictures on Facebook of them. So.
Well, I put one up. I will send one. I will put one up expeditiously after I get off of here. I'll put up a whole picture of my whole kit set up for you.
Okay. Acapella. No, don't do that, Kevin, please. No Conway Twitty. We have no interest in Conway Twitty. None.
Acapella, acapella, da 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 da, acapella, acapella, da 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 da.
There goes Alan's dog right
there. There you go. You got your singing in there too.
There goes Alan's dog right under the bed. Martha McCallum seems sexy as hell and seems nice. I don't watch Fox News. I have an idea. Well, I can't picture her face.
Thank you.
I
thought you was talking about me. Who's Martha McCallum?
She's on Fox News. I can't picture her face. I've heard her name, obviously. She's got a show. And I'm sure there's videos every day. I don't really watch them. I watch one from the 5 because I enjoy it when Greg Gutfield and Jesse Waters get pissed off when Lon Williams speaks. But,
sooner or later, they're all gonna. The only reporters going to see on TV are going to be black women lesbians, so they can do no wrong, and nobody can accuse them of anything.
I used to like Greta on Fox News. She was not good looking, but she was very professional, told the truth. And then she quit Fox for some reason. I think they wanted her gone. She had good ratings, but whatever. But then she went over to MSNBC and lasted there about 3 months or 2 months or something. I don't know. But what did irritate me was, all these people like her, and they got a name recognition, and they're running over to these different countries to take care of people with either money or food or, medical or whatever they need. Why the fuck ain't they doing that in this country is my question. It always has been, and no one has ever answered that for me. Why are we doing this in this country? Why aren't we going into the inner cities of Chicago and giving them free food or medical or dental or whatever they need? We have down here in Florida, actually, a big medical ship that goes to Haiti once or twice a year with volunteer doctors and nurses to give, and dentists and all, you name it, to give Haitians medical care. Why aren't we doing that here? Why aren't we sending these people here?
Oh yeah, they don't go up through rural West Virginia, rural Pennsylvania, rural Virginia, rural Tennessee to help all these the Appalachian fucking hillbillies that are dirt fucking poor and got nothing. They don't help none of them motherfuckers.
Yep. I mentioned that to her on Twitter one day. She actually answered me on one. I told her I can't watch MSNBC. I'm sorry. I wish you the best of luck because I always liked her. And she said, just give me a chance. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. But nevertheless, we do have a phone call. So let's see who this could possibly.
Call from Amanda Wilson.
Oh, Amanda's calling us.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, Amanda. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well.
I have a question.
Of course.
I was watching some of your old shows, and I saw somebody, Becky? Is this one?
Becky who?
Becky.
Biff Zeppi?
The policeman that was in Sacramento that's
retired. Yeah, that was we had him on last
on
last Wednesday, yes.
Oh, Biff Boffo.
Was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a little hard to understand you. But anyway, he said he did not like Sacramento, and I know he's a police officer, retired, and he sees probably the underbelly of Sacramento. But I think being from Sacramento, born and raised, I think I should feel like I should stand up a little bit for my city. I don't see anybody running around saying, I hate Sacramento, I'm leaving. It's a big town with a small town feel. They have a lot of great resources, parks, rivers, activities, produce. That's why we're a large economy here. But we're not perfect. But I thought his stance on how much he hated it here was just a little strong, and I just wanted to stick up for my city. That's all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You like where you live, by God, you should stick up for it. That's all right.
Are you a Sacramento native? California native?
Yeah. Born and raised. And my parents came here from Arizona, and they loved it. We both stayed. And, before in Sacramento, you could go anywhere and see people but it's still grown so much. But I think we do pretty well for what we have. And we have great health care, lots of healthcare systems, and law enforcement. And I have family in law enforcement, California Highway Patrolman. So, I just wanted to say that, if you ever come to Sacramento, it's a beautiful place to visit.
Okay, great. Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong
Okay.
with,
Thank you.
no problem, Amanda. Thank you for calling. You have a good day.
No, wait a minute. You don't have
Okay.
to. You don't have to run off, right away because I'd be like, me, Amanda. I want to take you by the hand to make you understand, Amanda.
I knew that was coming.
Well, if there's a God in heaven, hopefully she hung
You
up.
might as well stay on because you're helping the show out here. You're helping us by staying
Well,
on.
unfortunately,
continue your
Okay,
conversation
well,
with
ask
Jerry,
me something.
please.
Ask me something.
okay. Ask her something,
Jerry,
Matt.
see if the guys want to ask me something.
Ask her something, Matt. Nick.
Are you do you have patient? What do you think about COVID? The whole mandatory mask everywhere thing, and
Sure.
you dangle, whole spiel.
Okay, I have strong feelings on that. That's how I met David Novi because we were on Facebook fighting with each other. But because I am a nurse, I'm a nursing instructor of 7 years. I just retired. And I think that we got to really protect ourselves and wash our hands and things we touch and social distance because it's going to get bad. And and I understand people with breathing problems and blah blah blah, but I personally am going to listen to my health care providers. I know too many nurses that are watching people die a lot, New York, wherever, friends, and I'm just going to err on the side of staying healthy. That's why I retired. I no longer want to put myself in that position. But if they call me to duty, if it gets really bad, I'll be there.
Okay.
Now, what's your opinion on keeping the fucking schools closed? Excuse me.
What is your opinion on schools being closed?
Oh, well,
Amanda, Jimmy.
our school did that. I mean, even college did that. And I think it's a horrible system to go online without have been prepared. But I think California's doing as well as they can, and it's probably going to take a couple of years to get the kink out. But if it's going to save a child's life, I'm fine with that because I see on the news 10-year-olds having heart attacks, and it's not just you're going to get pneumonia and die. It's blood clotting issues, it's neural problems, it's blindness. There's a lot of different things, and there is a fellow that I'd like to follow, and his name is Z-Dog MD, and he will give you the whole rundown on, like you talked about the statistics are disproportionate. He will give you the whole 3 different scenarios of why that could be happening, and that's all I want to say.
Okay.
But I enjoy your show.
Thank you.
I am not a Republican. I am here to learn.
Okay.
Because my brother is, and he's very pro-Trump. So I'm just learning. I just want to know the other side. I'm not narrow-minded and just saying, oh, I'm right. I want to see both sides.
Okay. Yeah, we're good with that. Call in anytime if you got something to say.
Okay.
Anytime. Thank you. Thank you so much. See?
Thank you.
That was Amanda. And as you heard, she's not a Republican. She didn't actually say what she was, but that's fine. Wow. Cool.
Now, one thing, and maybe she can text this. Amanda, what do you think about the way the governor is handling California?
Well, she's not with us
closing
anymore.
Businesses.
She's not with us.
She's gone.
She's gone.
She was on that.
Well, no, she's probably. Oh, well, yeah, she probably is. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she pulled an Elvis. Elvis has left the building.
Hey, yeah, some people they just want to come in, say
what
what they
about the
say.
governor? How he's handling things? I mean, he just wants to close everything. How many people are going to die because they lose their homes? They have nothing to eat.
She's
You know,
here.
suicide.
Okay, so Amanda,
You name it.
Nick wants to
Which
know.
one works?
Yeah.
It's kind of pick your poison kind of thing here. Is what I'm asking.
Nick wants to know
Which one's worse, the virus
or the cure. Yeah. Nick wants to know what you think of how the governor in
Oh
California
yeah,
is handling
Nick
things.
says the virus or the consequences.
Yeah. Amanda I'm sorry, Amanda. Nick wants to know, in shortest terms possible, because you're now typing, what you think of how the governor's handling things in California. Because much like yourself, we enjoy talking to people that may not necessarily be on a Republican or agree with everything we say, but we'd like to know basically what you're thinking on your side. Because I would suspect, and I always have, that Democrats, not progressives, not any of that, but Democrats and Republicans have a lot more in common than they would like to admit. Amanda says she's not that smart, and Amanda says it's not that perfect. Well, nobody is doing it perfectly. Even if it was an established disease that everybody knows about, people would not be doing this perfectly. But we lose so many people just from whatever strain of flu is going around every year. And usually the same types of people sick, people old, people like that. But nobody ever says boo about that. Suddenly, we're under some sort of biological warfare from China, which is just my opinion, of course, but nevertheless, along with the rest of the world. And we have drugs that seem to work, that the mainstream media and the Democratic politicians do not want anybody to use for whatever reason. They're putting people in nursing homes, and the nursing homes cannot handle them. She can say who she's voting for anybody she wants. We don't put anybody down from that. Alan, nobody. And I know you're just joking. I do. But she can vote for whoever she wants because that's America. And she has been nothing but respectful on the show towards us, and we will show her the same courtesy. And that's as simple as that gets. I mean, there is a huge difference between Amanda Marie Wilson and Kevin or Dunce or whatever the hell his fucking name was. There's a huge difference. And that's how it's supposed to be. Deplorable Deb's wife, Missy, was just diagnosed.
Kevin Dutz.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Kevin Beard might have something to say about
Well,
that.
Kevin's on an island by himself.
That was Jerry's Freudian slip there.
Yeah.
Kevin Dunn.
Yeah.
Oh, that fits though. You got to
Yeah. Deplorable Deb's wife. That's Deplorable Deb. I think she's I guess she is a lesbian. She has a wife, but she does videos for a while now, good long while, but pretty popular actually, more so than us, believe it or not. It's hard to believe, I know. But anyway, it was just her wife was diagnosed with COVID, and her doctor refused giving her the drug that works, and that Trump even took. Can't spell it. Yep. And she's taking supplements. In some states, I believe it's still banned. I had thought Michigan it was still banned, and I don't think she lives in Michigan. I'm not sure. I haven't seen one of her videos in a long time. David Novi, you said you were open-minded. David Novi told you that?
Jerry, quit holding me back.
Yeah, that's true. I'm holding Matt's back. I'm the man here, and I'm holding Matt down. David Novi, you said you were open-minded. David Novi, open-minded? Really? Okay. If you're listening to Gore, Florida is supposed to be underwater right now. That's true. That's very true. That's very, very true. David is correct. What did David say? I don't understand.
No, you are open-minded.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she means you personally or us as a group, but you can be taken collectively or singularly.
This is why we have Nick
on the show.
What's
the kerfuffle between her and David Novi? I don't know what that was the other day.
That's not our
exactly.
business. That's not our business. But that's why we have Nick here to read the comments, because I apparently continuously read them completely incorrectly. So anyway, oh, she's in Florida. Okay. So Deplorable Deb and her wife Missy are in Florida. I have no problem with Deplorable Deb. I just never see her videos ever. I'm assuming I'm still friends with her or following her or doing something, because but I never. You know who I see videos from all the time, every single friggin' day? Billy. So yeah, I got you. Nick straightened me out on this, Amanda. So don't worry about it.
I've seen Billy in fucking months.
Yeah, he's still doing his deal. I don't fucking know. Billy's an idiot. But anyway, I'd much rather see Deplorable Deb or anybody than Billy. We are collectively, in most cases, but if you really look at it, Alan, there's a lot of conservatives that get offended by the dumbest fucking shit. Okay, they're constant, but yet saying they won and they're educating others, and in the end, I don't think we're educating anybody, because everybody is so entrenched in how they feel. And myself included, I guess. There's no way I would vote for a. Give me a second, Kevin, and I'll call you back. I got a friend request from Billy Highwayman. Oh, you should take it, Alan. He's fun. You don't know our history with the Highwayman and Billy. It's actually kind of comical, but nevertheless, so. There's a lot of
concern. Yeah, I remember when I used to make those parody videos. Fucking Billy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. I spent hours doing them, but it's Matt. Matt did it. Going to vote for a Democrat simply because.
I give no credit here.
Yeah.
I can't turn my goddamn phone off. Putin or Trump might be trying to call me at all kinds of hours. I can't turn my phone off.
Larry Burns wants to know, Billy blocked him a while back. I thought he blocked me. Maybe it's a different account. I don't know. Whatever. I get Alvin Goodwin's videos all the time. I like Alvin Goodwin a lot. So, whatever.
You know what I haven't seen in a long time is that, what was that big dude with the big Saad Salman?
Oh,
he was like a refugee or some shit. I ain't seen nothing from him in like a year.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that. He actually, I disagree with him on a video one time, and about something, and I'll call you in a minute, Kevin. Calm down. And he got all his people told me he was going to come down here and kick my ass. Still waiting. Before we go any further, speaking of Jasmine, we still are trying to collect money, and I don't get it. Oh, Kevin, shut up. And we need money for her and her cancer fight. Please give at this. Let's see. Do I still have it? Yep. Please give to this girl. It's a good cause. She's doing everything she can to raise her own money. We are just helping her out, but there ain't enough, and it's that simple. She needs, $10,000, $15,000 just to start.
Yeah, she actually was accepted by Medicaid just yesterday, so she will now have some sort of insurance, and she just returned home, so she's good.
So we can just continue to try, but I don't have to fucking get an ulcer?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
But the more the merrier, because
Oh,
she'll be out of commission for a while.
Yeah.
So she's got kids to feed.
and keep in
Her
mind,
husband's in the oil field.
keep in
Yeah,
mind,
that's
yeah, keep in
gone
mind also
to
that
shit. So
she has like aftercare, whatever it is. Amanda said she donated today. Thank you, Amanda. You know, I didn't really look today because I'm depressed about it, but I thought I saw I went on Facebook and I hit the wrong button. I thought I saw it went up. So thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that, Amanda. See, there's
yeah, I
decent
haven't
people
checked
on
it.
the
I
left.
don't want to dwell on it.
Yeah, yeah, because I got to tell you, the thing that pissed me off the worst about all of it, and then we're going to call Kevin Bearden, is that I see shit on both Facebook donations or fundraisers, whatever it is, and of GoFundMe for people with the most ridiculous goddamn problems that aren't even problems, that are getting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That fucking idiot George Floyd's family got last we checked $14 million in donations,
Yeah,
and they
see
didn't
how
even
that works
they didn't even have to pay for the
for a
goddamn
criminal.
funeral. They didn't even have to pay for the goddamn funeral. Okay, and this is a 23-year-old girl who deserves better from this country as a whole than she's getting. Now, luckily, finally, Medicaid, woohoo, okay, which has its own set of headaches, no doubt, but it's way better than zero because
Yes, it's
holy
not
shit.
perfect,
Yeah,
but
and I'm sure there'll be prescriptions and
it's not
whatnot.
all out of pocket at that point.
Exactly, and which is, I mean, if you get cancer in this country, you could literally die from lack of money. Tina
Not
says she'll give back next month. Jimmy
to mention
says
twice.
he'll give next week. Thank you, Jim. Guys, I appreciate it. I do. And I'm not really talking about you guys. I'm talking about, I hear all these people out there screaming about wanting to go to fucking war, Civil War, Revolutionary War, blah, 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 and they won't even take care of their own. And I got news for you. People like Jasmine, me, you guys, Nick, Matt, we're the people at the bottom of the totem pole in this country. We're the ones that all these idiot fucking congressmen and politicians in general make all these freaking rules and regulations that make us follow that they don't have to. And then take money from places like the insurance companies, and then somebody like Jasmine can't get insurance until recently, obviously. Um, You're welcome. My best friend is battling ovarian cancer. Also, she worked for us, UC Davis Healthcare, 20 years, and now everything is free. Thank God. Yeah. My wife and I are going to also donate also on the 4th when we get paid again. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. And I say this for her because not the only ones the fees from like Facebook or GoFundMe is the only thing that comes out. Everything goes to her. If GoFundMe is literally turned over to her, she can take. I'm assuming she's taking the money out. I don't know. I didn't ask her. Facebook.
I have no clue.
Is Facebook?
Not my business.
Now, Jerry, you also got to put in the disclaimer that you want to help, but if you can't afford it, you shouldn't do it. Remember, we've always used to say that too.
Yeah.
It's not a mandate.
No. But you know what, guys?
Prayer goes a long way.
Most of us have $5 you could pitch in, and that's all. We're not asking. If you want to pitch in 10 grand, that's great. But or 500 or 100, it's fine. Some lady gave 1,000. I don't know her. She apparently knows the family, or knows Jasmine or something. But
I do.
yeah, Nick
I know who
knows
it
her.
is.
Okay.
I found out who it was.
Yeah. But the thing is,
thank her very much.
Yeah, the thing is that $5, and don't be ashamed of it. Let's put it to you this way: I'm broke as hell, and I gave And it's more than $5, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'm telling you something, folks. I am sick to death, people getting cancer and dying from it. After all these years, we've been researching this shit and blah 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 blah. I'm tired of morons out there. Just smoke pot; it'll go away. No, it won't. In some very rare cases,
And
maybe.
put on surgeries because of this COVID crap.
Yeah, yeah. Or seeing a
This
doctor
could have
for a
been taken
month.
care of.
Or seeing a fucking doctor for a month while you actually have it.
Yep. You have
And
to
then, of
wait.
course, your original, this second time, the first time, it shouldn't even be. Right now, this should not be. Without going into the whole story, the first time, the
Right.
doctor had his certain feelings on certain things, so he didn't do what he probably should have done. I'm not a doctor, and I could see it should be done. Okay? She's obviously with a different doctor now, and a female doctor, so that's helpful.
She switched doctors.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
She had to switch doctors because he was still of the same field.
Doctors are supposed to look at you medically only and not put their whatever leanings they may have into any equation when it comes to your health care. And unfortunately, we've had doctors doing that probably since the dawn of time. But it has been very in our face now. At one point, we were going to have a surgeon general that wanted doctors to ask you if you had guns. The VA would ask us if when we went if we had guns. They personally never asked me, but it happened. Matt actually said it happened to him once. Okay, so that's supposed to be out of the equation.
Yeah.
And and it wasn't in this case. So now she has.
They want to do a mental check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They'll do a mental check on you, and if you have guns and they think you're mentally deficient, that's who's going to knock on your door to confiscate you.
That's right.
True. They did ask me, and I said that's none of your fucking business, one way or the other, according to whatever my medical needs are.
Exactly. Exactly. No doctors should do that. And let's face it, there are a lot of doctors out there that think it's a stupid idea and they won't do it. It's just like when Obamacare came out. After about 2 months, most doctors weren't taking it anymore. The doctors around here wouldn't take it. Okay.
No, because it wasn't paying.
Yeah, it wasn't paying. Exactly. They don't even like taking money from a lot of insurance companies because they're not getting paid. The insurance company's only going to pay them so much, so they have to jerk up the fucking bill to get what they actually need. Otherwise, if you send in what they actually need or what they're charging, the insurance company's going to pay less. It is a mess. It's a freaking mess. All right, but I got to tell you, hearing that she got at least that has taken the weight off my shoulders. And I hate to make it sound like I'm going through anything like what she's going through, because I am not. But every morning of my life, I wake up and I pray that somebody gave $5,000 or $5, and no one does. And again, not you guys. I'm talking about just in general. It's been shared out by me at least 1,000 times. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Yeah, that's gone to thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah.
And, it's why just a few, us in this group are basically, everybody's supposed to have so much compassion for everybody.
Yeah.
But I guess certain people of, certain instances, basketball teams and criminals are worth more.
Amanda says it's a mess. It is a mess, Amanda. You are absolutely right. And, I got news for you, everybody. That's Republican and Democrats' problems. And that's your state legislature and your shit. We have a state insurance guru kind of guy here. The insurance companies lobby, so they pay. They pay the politicians to give them what they want. Billions and billions of dollars a year they get from insurance premiums and whatever else. They think they afford all them commercials on TV. That shit ain't cheap. They give their CEOs millions of dollars, and they're the upper echelon millions of dollars a year in bonuses and stuff. and yet when you need it, it's not there.
Yeah, make an insurance claim. See how fast you drop.
Yep. It used to be if you got in a car wreck, they'd drop you your car insurance. Now they're not allowed to. But them rates are going up. You bet on that.
Oh yeah. Well, our insurance commissioner was trying to get the rates reduced here in Louisiana because we have some of the highest, not the highest rates in the nation. And guess what our good old governor did? Vetoed it.
Yep.
Well, fucking insurance is the perfect caper, man. It's the
Yep.
perfect shit.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
You're taking money from people for something that may never fucking happen.
it's
Exactly.
the law.
Perfect shakedown, man.
You have to have, especially car insurance, homeowners insurance, all of that crap. You don't have to have health insurance, but the rest. But don't have car insurance and see what happens to you. You lose everything. And then when you do have it, it's so expensive. You might have to piss a fuel here and there for some people. So thank God, I'm fortunate enough, I don't have to. But you never know in that time.
I was lucky
Pick up.
because I was in the Marine Corps. I can at least go to the VA, but I know guys, I will not, I won't, I need surgery on both my shoulders. I need surgery on both my knees. And I'm never letting, I don't care who it is, touching my back, but it probably needs it too. But
Brain surgery as well.
yeah, there you go. I need a lobotomy. Absolutely. Just so I can deal with Matt every day. But they were all free. I had one knee surgery on workman's comp because I dropped a manhole cover on my foot. I've told this story before. It's a long one, so I'm not going to do it again tonight. But yeah, nice. And I've had surgery on my knees a bunch of times. And here's the deal. Usually, like Kevin Bearden says, he had a knee replacement. I've heard a lot of people say it works very well, and I've heard a lot of people say it's worse. They're telling me I need to replace both my knees, and I haven't even asked about the shoulders, which I probably do, but they're telling me I'm too young, and I tend to agree with that. Plus, you're out of commission for a long time after that. As far as what I do around here, I take care of my wife and I take care of this house. I can't be out of commission for a month before I can walk again. It just doesn't work. I healed in
I can tell you this funny story. My old boss was in Canada. He goes, this one guy's trying to pull an insurance caper. They were working at a fucking lumber yard. He asked this one dude to take a 2x4 and hit him in the back with it. And he was going to pretend he fell off a ladder. To get, they file an insurance claim and sue the company.
Hmm.
2x4 like broke both his fucking arms and fell down. And then when they came to investigate, the dude said, "Yeah, he told me to hit him with the fucking 2x4."
Wow. The older it gets, the longer it takes you to heal. That's absolutely correct, Alan.
Thanks for playing.
Absolutely correct. I don't know. Let's put it to you this way. I'll go ride the ride mower, which really, I enjoy riding the line. There's not any work really to it. And, you cut the grass, whatever. And I enjoy it. I get out there. I can think. I'm not thinking about all of, why my wife ain't better or none of that. Just, you're out there, you just kind of cut the grass, And there's a lot of it around here. Mostly weeds, actually. And by the time I'm done after an hour or two, I can't stand up straight because my back is so bad. And I couldn't figure it out until I realized from bouncing around on it. All your vertebrae kind of, do this number, I guess. All I'm saying is that there's a lot of people out there that have it worse off than I do. At the moment, Jasmine's one of them. And there are others. Robert Wood has problems, medical problems in his family. You got bad doctors. My wife had doctors that did nothing but hand her pills when I first met her. That's all he did. And she's paying for that now. Not one fucking pill that she takes doesn't fuck her up somehow or another. Not one fucking pill she takes works the way it's supposed to. She just had shots put in between the vertebrae in her upper back to stop the pain in her arms. She was all screwed up from that, and it hasn't worked, and it's supposed to have worked by now.
Yeah, my dad just had that a week or so ago.
Yeah.
He had problems with his sciatic nerve, and they found out. They finally did the real test and found out he's got like disc compression in his back and his lower back.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's really what's causing it. It's pinching the nerves.
Yep.
And so they gave him a shot. They also found that he actually has a tumor on his spine.
That don't help.
And they're hoping it's just benign.
Yeah.
And maybe you could just go in and drain it and be done with it.
Right.
But because of COVID, you can't schedule, surgeries. So gotta wait for that too.
I
My
had
dad's 73 years old.
I had
Different, the
yeah.
whole nine yards.
Yeah. I had, well, it was skin cancer. One skin cancer thing, they had to do a biopsy. Where the hell is it? Oh, you can't really see it. I don't think. Right there. It was a weird thing on my arm. And I'd call it a cancer scare, other than the fact that I wasn't scared at all. I was like, cut the fucker off, we'll be done. What's the problem? I'm like, turned out not to be anyway, so, it was like nothing to worry about. To me, but when it's inside you, there's all kinds of goddamn complications. And I hate doctors. I like the one if I have to go, I like the one I go to because we have an understanding. She understands I'm going to do what I want. And if I want to listen to her, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I do on most cases. But when they start trying to tell me I got to eat sticks and leaves and this and that and the other, I look at them and laugh. Like, yeah, I'm going to keep eating bacon. I like bacon, and that's as simple as that gets. Because this is my life, not yours, and I'm going to live it the way I please. And if that kills me, oh fucking well, because I got news. Whether you live to 90 or 58, you're still dead in the end. Ha ha ha, you sound like old ladies. Still getting old.
That's like my wife. Now, my wife, when we were married, not married, but we were together for like a year or two, and she had this big mole on the back of her backside of her right calf, and the doctor said, "You're in nursing school. You never had this checked out." So they biopsied it. It was malignant. They hurt the back of her leg looked like the stitches on a football. They took out so much shit.
Yeah.
They checked her crotch, her lymph, in her, your crotch, where your crotch legs come together. They had to take those out, check the other ones farther up in her body. It had not progressed. And they're like, if she didn't have to undergo chemo, but she'd never been able to have kids. And this are her like football stitches.
Yeah. Tina Scott says, I keep putting off my heart surgery. I just don't want to go through it again. I will eventually, I guess. Well, listen, just go through it. I mean, you're having a good time now, Tina. You're getting out. You're doing this. You're doing that. There's a lot lot to live for. You're a decent person.
Jerry, I
It's
will
easy for
say
me to say.
you gotta do it in your own time. This realization in her own time.
Listen, I get that. I do. And he's right. He's 100% correct. But when it comes to your heart, I don't know. I don't know. And it's easy for me to say, as I said, it's easy for me to say. You're the one who's got to go through it. So um, I questioned my doctor on results. He said, Larry, honestly, we die as doctors don't know everything. The body does amazing things. Yeah, it does. But sometimes it needs help. Destiny says, gotta go. Catch you later. Thank you, Destiny. You have a good night or day, I guess, over there. Day, because you're doing it backwards because you're from Australia. Yes, Amanda, it's complicated but very painful. I don't want opioids. Okay. Tina said, Matt, you're absolutely right. Thanks.
Well, give them to me.
Yeah, there. Have it done and send it to Matt. There probably nothing could go wrong there, Tina. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's like I said, it's easy to tell somebody to go do something. It's another thing for them to want to. And I learned that a long time ago. I just would not like to do a show where Tina wasn't here. I would not like to do a show where a lot of people I see on here are not here. It's that simple. I have people on my friends list now for years that have been dead for years. I can't get rid of them. I don't know why. I just can't do it. Okay. And they died, most of them of cancer. Let's see, Gurr, if y'all read in the news, Alabama man's wife has not been seen in a week. It's because I traded her off. She put a cigarette load in my cigarette. Oh, it's a joke. Okay. See, I'm getting better at this, Nick. All right, I get it. Your wife is playing games with you. Okay. Yeah, she's funny. That's funny
My
shit.
brother and I used to do that to my dad.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I don't think you can get those anymore. Those little
Cigarette loads.
It was like a quarter-inch little fucking white thing you could stick on your head. Somebody's cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always they used to do that. That was like comedy back in the 40s and 30s in the movies and everything. You put it in a cigar. Kevin said I'd take antibiotics for 2 weeks to get rid of the pressure sore. I have a theory that I would like to go to the grave with everything I came into the world with. And if I could do it, like they from my shoulders, what they
Well,
want to
Kevin,
do.
quit yanking on it so hard, you won't have a pressure sore.
For my shoulders and knees, I want to grind everything down right now and make it better because it's all pitted because of the arthritis. But in the end, in a couple of years, it's going to come right back. And nobody's touching my back. I'm sorry. I have not heard that many people tell me they've had back surgery where it's that much better. Sorry. I'd rather have a hard time bending over or getting out of bed than not being able to.
No, not usually. Not usually. It doesn't seem to help that much. No, really.
Um, I knew a guy, I guess he had a motorcycle wreck and he needed some bones fused in his back. He was never right again, ever. And they told him he would be better. And he wasn't. Well, obviously, he was better than when his bones weren't fused, but I mean, he started walking with a cane. And I have a cane, believe it or not. But I don't use it. If I can't, and I have a hard time like lifting
Well, I
stuff.
got one too, but I was just blessed by the good Lord with it.
Oh boy. Okay. But it's like I don't know, man. It's a lot of problems in the world, And the insurance companies are getting rich, and the politicians getting rich, and the whole thing down here in the real world is happening is we're getting dead or worse. It's that simple. And it's our own fault. We've allowed them to do this shit because we refuse to vote out these incumbent morons who run the damn place.
Correct. I have a couple of coworkers right now that have had back surgeries a few years ago, many years ago, some of them. One of them is much younger than me. The other one is just about my age, 50. I think he's like 48 or 49. Now, the younger guy, his back surgery, which was from fusing vertebrae, he's been fine. The older guy, about my age, he's been having to take, therapy again. It's hurting him again. It really didn't work for him. He came back years later. Now maybe he worked himself a little
Well,
but injured it.
I don't want to bring up the chiropractic shit, but
Well, I don't know what he's doing. I know he goes to the doctor. I don't know if he's a chiropractor. You know, it was hip on. You don't need to tell me what he's doing. But still, it just didn't work out for him.
I went to a chiropractor when I played semi-pro ball every week, and he was good at putting the discs back in alignment. Because we played on Saturday, and Monday it was hard for me to walk. Sunday was hard for me to walk upright. So I'd go there in the afternoon, and I would get fixed, and it worked. But as you get older, that shit don't work anymore. And who knows, cracking your back has never been a good thing to do. They've been telling us that since I was a kid because people would do it on purpose for some reason. And
Kind of like cracking your nose.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you grow you get hairy palms if you crack the other thing and whatnot.
Anyway,
What, your skull, man?
I'm pretty sure it's a little further south than that, but whatever. When you're young, you can do all that shit, but you pay for it. My hands work so badly now, I drop shit all the fucking time. Many times, like I play solitaire on my computer to keep my head straight. And it's good for hand-eye coordination and all that kind of shit. But after about an hour of doing it, I have a hard time opening my hands up from being on the laptop. And
is solitaire some broad on Pornhub or something?
No, it's not. No, man. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that. But in the end,
if you had a computer, Matt, you'd know what it is.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. But in the end, it's like, this is it. And I'm paying for the sins of my past. And I can't blame nobody but myself. I played ball with bad knees. I played ball with a bad back. I worked my ass off. I always had to be the strongest, always had to be the toughest. Because when I was young, I thought that was what being a man was, and it wasn't. Not to mention the fact I drank like a damn fish, and I fucked up a lot of shit doing that. I was in a lot of fights, punching shit like walls and studs in the wall and brick walls, and just to prove how badass I was. And in the end, all it proved was I'm going to be crippled in my old age. Right? That's all it proved. And so I got to live with it. I can't blame anybody else but myself. And now I'm in a situation where if I get any kind of surgery, it's the VA. So say I go in for knee surgery, I may get an arm amputated. You never know. Fun shit like that. Uh, I got a female donor.
Yeah, too bad Matt didn't go into finger surgery and get a vasectomy or something, or even worse,
Yeah, well, he didn't
castration.
yeah, he didn't go to VA.
Well, I'm shooting blanks anyways, but it doesn't. I didn't need one. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, there's stories in the VA where they went in for testicular cancer and one cut off the wrong one, and the guy still had testicular cancer. So, I mean, I guess you're a eunuch after that. I don't know. I don't know. Crazy shit. Some people come out of the VA,
Oh,
they
that's
got great
true.
stories. Most people come out of the VA and they just shake their head like, what? Government run healthcare? Really? This is the biggest joke I've ever seen. Huh?
That's
No,
true.
I've never been to the VA and never tried to go enroll. And never. I never needed to. I always had private insurance. So I was like, what the fuck do I want? What do I want to do that for?
Well, I did too. You
Well, my
pay.
dad tried way back in 2002, and he's been denied ever since. But let me tell you something. My mom's dad, my grandfather, he had prostate cancer. When they finally decided to do the surgery, he was in a double room with some other guy. They fixed up the charts, and good thing somebody caught him, because they were going to do like a leg amputation or some stupid shit.
Oh, that's nice. I've seen many
True
men
story.
penisless
That's how bad.
from Amanda. Really? Okay. Yeah, listen, Amanda, stay away from Kevin. When he sucks you in, it's over for you. It is. All right, guys, we're out of time. Back Friday night. Trivia Matty K and God knows what else. And Saturday night is weird shit with Matty K. Holy crap. Kevin is slowly but surely turning
Tomorrow,
into homosexual.
Goat
Watching the Hallmark
Roper
channel.
Radio on the
Yep.
the UK shit, right?
Yeah, we got hopefully tomorrow night we will be scheduled. I'll check in the morning and then let him know if we're not. On radio, we will have phone calls. It will be, I'll put out the link, but it's on Trigger Warning TV. You can look it up. You go on there, you go to live chat at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be on there. But I will put out the link. Dan, you're always late. Yeah, you are, Dan. What the hell? You don't know what 7 p.m. Eastern means? Anyway, it's good that you showed up anyhow. We enjoy you.
And Danielle, my brother.
All right.
You know, he might have just finished getting home from delivering for Walmart.
Yeah.
That's where Daniel works.
Dan actually works for the enemy.
Delivering our food, shit.
Dan works for the enemy of our country, but we like him anyway. All right. So, Matt, got any last words?
Yeah, look around, pay attention, and do what you got to do. And it's always important to do some kind of shit.
Words of wisdom there.
All right. So, Nick, you want to give it a try? I don't know. Could be any worse than that.
Faites attention. Pay attention. Translated to good-ass French.
There you go.
And good night, everyone. And anyone that donates to Jasmine, I really appreciate it. And God bless you.
Yep. Dave, let's see. Robert says, got to make a living somehow, and you keep right on there, Dan. You got a job, just be good at it. That's all you got to do. All right. So the real thing is to stay vigilant and be aware of your surroundings at all times. And always remember, it's amazing what you can do when you have no other choice. Not sure why that's so difficult, but apparently it is. My name is Jerry, who needs a lobotomy about now. On behalf of Crazy Matty and Mr. Nucky Young, we do bid you a fine evening, and we hope that everybody stays safe. Tomorrow night it's radio, hopefully. If not, we'll be right back here. Either way, we'll be on. Should be the radio tomorrow night. It'll be fun. And we appreciate the call-ins. Kevin, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. We were, I guess we got sidetracked, but hopefully next time we'll get to talk to you. Kevin, I screw with him constantly. He screws with me, but he's a good guy, actually. So anyway, good night, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Or we won't see you, but we'll be on the radio, so you'll hear us or something. I don't fucking know. Goodbye.